All right, so Death Stranding Diary Day 2. There will be spoilers here for Episode 2 and a chunk of Episode 3, though there's something I'm very much focusing in on here, as I do have some speculation and theories of something that's been told to us that I don't necessarily believe is true. But we do start off episode 2 with Sam here, literally in the same area he was in at the start of the very beginning of the game. But this time we don't have Lou, and it's very much plays out like a sad, melancholy nightmare of him just going through the same motions, getting from point A to point B, but without the child that he loved. And literally, the end of episode 2 is just Fragile saying, you gotta stop hurting yourself. You've gotta stop living in this rut that he's been living in. And she does bring him over to Drawbridge, her private contracted group that happens to be working for the UCA. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, and that's how we get to see the crew and start doing deliveries again and start the actual game. Big shout out to Sing Tarman here, portrayed by George Miller, not voiced by him though. But I wanted to learn more about this character. He seems so interesting, and how he has this tar cat that we have not learned anything about. But it seems cool, and he makes social media posts about it. It's so cute. But we got to talk about Lou, because she's obviously a big focus here. But she's taken so many forms. It's been very interesting to what it was to what it is right now, because she passed away, and at that point she was like a toddler. She had a little bit of hair, stuff like that. She was a little taller and whatnot, but as she passed away, we saw her literally in that shade form that we see all BTs in, and now she looks like this, and you are carrying her around on you, like you did in the first game. If things get too violent, she reacts to it. You have to coddle her, rock the container back and forth for her to calm down, and it's like she's not gone. And I do understand with the whole BT thing, we understood that with Lochna in game 1. It can be a little different, but this is more than that. And the last narrative thing I did hit on my last session was I got to meet Hicks. We did see Hicks here. He doesn't take his mask off, so I'm wondering if there's something there with that. But at the same time, the big thing to bring up here is he explicitly says, I know nothing about Lou. And I think that's true. I think we already learned some things about her from Dead Man, and there's a lot of cuts in that final few bits of footage that before she passes away that makes me wonder what happened. And I do think there's going to be a lot more questions than answers for a little bit. But Kojima we trust, and I'm sure there's some weird stuff going on. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on the journey so far. Please no spoilers for beyond this point, and I hope you all have a great day.